Welcome back. Welcome back to another week of Face Off Around the Culture, your weekly HBCU band recap. I'm your host, Horatio.
It's Vidal.
Hey, man, we're having just a great week. Bro, I'm just enjoying band more than ever right now. I sat back the other day. I just on the couch got out. It was like Saturday night after
Hmm
college football. I'm just turn on some band videos, bro, and I just drained through a bunch of these, man. I was so entertained. Like, we had some battles that were close, some that were just took off. You know what I'm saying? Some that exposed some bands, but still a great week in the band renaissance, bro. How you feeling about this week in band season, episode 5?
it's like wow. you, I say this every week. Like usually, I expect something different by this time. I'm still warming up, but I'm in the midst of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my goodness, it's getting to a point where I was like, dang, that's what's next.
Right.
This
Yeah,
is what I been all in the same week. I got this other battle to watch right after this one. I'm like, oh my goodness.
yeah,
And
man.
then with the matchups are really good, and then the bands themselves are really good too. It's kind of crazy, man. This
Yeah, look,
was
the
amazing.
band Renaissance 2025 is living up to its name. Before we start, of course, we have to shout out Face Off. This is obviously presented by FaceOff Media Entertainment. You can follow them on all social media at it's a Face Off. Look, man, today we have some great we have a great guest, but first we have to talk about our topic that kind of brings it in for us, keep us all on one accord, if you will. And
Mhm.
as I'm watching this week's battles, I'm like, man, you know what? A lot of these bands are winning off of aura alone. So the topic this week is: does your band have aura, or on what level does your band's aura say about you? We talked about this at the beginning of the season in the first episode, that the school, the school's band, directly represents the school's identity. And with a lot of these band battles, I'm like, man, I may not send my kid there, or I wouldn't want to go there just for the sake of the band. So, what does your band aura say about you, man? What you got to say on the topic before we move on, bro?
The band aura is the energy itself that the band exudes. And if you're not ready for it, if you're an opposing band, you can get swallowed up by the energy, swallowed up by the moment. And I think we have some really good band auras to where I feel as though schools that have not been what we have termed before legacy programs are
Mhm.
now redefining their identity. And when you redefine your identity, your aura changes.
Ooh, right. Everything, bro. That's how impactful the band is for the school. Is that if the band gets going, like gets on, like if they jump tiers as we talk about, you
Hmm
start to see a change in the school, the admissions, I'm telling you, because now you're getting a bunch of different eyes from students coming from different places that may not have been interested in this particular
Absolutely.
group. This being the biggest group on campus, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely advocate for the schools to take better care of their bands, because you'll see the result.
Right. Because sometimes you look up a school, right? You type in the acronym, and the first thing you see is the band matchup
Right.
before anything about the school. Sometimes even before the football team.
Mhm. Right.
So
Think
just
about
keep
a
that in
band
mind.
like Talladega. How many people do you think even knew about Talladega, the college, you know what I'm saying, before the band? Like, the band brought in, I know people in North Carolina wanted to, like, they had a bunch of people that we were supposed to get at A&T, going to Talladega, uh, a city they probably never been to, a school they probably never seen, just
Right.
based off the band. That's how powerful, what I'm saying, the HBCU band is. So, we
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, we're always gonna rep for the culture because it moves people for sure. So that is the topic for today. And I also too want to get into a discussion. So we talking about band renaissance, right? And I'm
Right.
watching battles, all right, and maybe this will be the first one we get
Mhm.
into. Specifically, I'm talking about Jackson State versus Tuskegee. And I'm
Okay.
thinking, these two schools bands have different problems.
Hmm.
So when we're evaluating them, we can't evaluate it face on, because they're on different tiers, so they have different problems.
Yeah.
I said, when Jackson's getting to the point where they have BBP, big band problems, and so I want to get people in the chat.
Okay.
What do you think are some big band problems that we just don't? We always talk about the music, like the stuff that we're supposed to do, the music and the everything else, the maneuver and stuff like that. But what are some problems that big bands face? And I got
Big problems.
I got you.
Yeah, you got to lay me off with inspire me with that one.
I got you with one right here.
Okay.
Flashes. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm not critiquing the music, but as a section leader, you gotta go, hey bro, it's 40 of y'all. If y'all gonna come up and come down or do the little spin thing and tuck it under your arm, these are big band problems. Now, when you have 7 people, this is pretty much already figured out.
Yeah.
You know,
we all go right. Because imagine, like, let's make it real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you got a 60-piece trumpet section. What do your sectionals look like to work on a flash?
Right.
Versus like 7 people, bro.
Everything else. Right. It's like you have to prioritize things, but these are big band problems. So if anybody in the chat has them, or you can think of some horn holders and balance.
Horn holders and balance. Yes.
Yeah, we always talk about that. Once you get a bigger band, it's harder to weed out those horn holders, especially. And I was thinking about this too, watching this battle, man. Pretty much every band, especially this year, I would say every band, period, unless you have a rock steady program, most of the band are crabs. Most of the band are freshmen. You know what I'm saying? So we have to talk about that too, as far as the horn holder aspect and just the balance of coming from high school to college and how different that can be for your program. You know, you got to really have like principles in place to be able to help these kids.
I was just about to say the same thing, because if you got like a culture that's already established, the upperclassmen can be the minority, and the program still go how it's supposed to, just based off the structure and the culture of the program. And if you have stuff in place to watch out for that. I remember time and time again, they walk in the band room, drum major be like, "You stand up, play this." Random day.
Right.
Out of the week. So just keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah,
like,
keep you on your feet.
It could be you.
Yeah.
It could be you, second leader too.
Yeah, no, for real. And that's the worst. When the section gets called out and they don't know it, you be like, man, or get smoked by a freshman. Oh man, you talking about a band director's dream in the sense of getting to teach a lesson. As far as like he just got here and he's already on, they love that. It's just like
the spiel, the band director spiel.
Yeah,
this is what it's supposed to be.
Right. You actually need some things to go wrong in order for you to teach the lesson. And that's a perfect example. Okay, so since we're already talking about Jack State versus Tuskegee, it was good to see Tuskegee out of that damn roof. You don't really get to see them not at home.
Right.
So I thought that was good. Just interesting, like just to see them. Tuskegee, I mean, obviously, we're judging on 2 different things, right? They got, I'm not, compared to Jackson, they got, killed in this battle.
Okay.
Right. But it helped me see, okay, Tuskegee, I think, is moving in the right direction for what I normally see from them. I know you saw, what you think about it and the showing from Jackson and everything else.
Let me speak on Tuskegee first, man. I enjoyed what Tuskegee did. They actually surprised me. They surprised me all throughout the season, because it's not the first time I've seen them. I think they have a really good sound in comparative to other years. Their song selection I thought was really good. I enjoyed their play calling. It's just Jackson State was an all around better band. And sometimes talk about big band problems. A lot of big bands that we have seen have won strictly just due to size. But I want to commend Jackson State on winning in their way, where it's like, nah, if Jackson State was just as small, they still would have smoked. Like it was, the difference was just very clear. And they have some really good. They brought out the shine that's been popping around in the HBCU band culture. That was really nice. Some older tunes they had brought out, played in years before, and it just took me to this moment where it's like, this is a Jackson State that we're seeing, where they're not making a lot of mistakes. And I think that in previous years, Jackson State would have really good bands, then sometimes like something would happen or like a mistake. Like, no, these is solid performances, not a lot of mistakes. And then you can still feel like, Tuskegee is a small band, but I still feel that hunger from Jackson State, where it's not like, no, we're just gonna lay back and be the better band. Like, no, we're gonna kill you too.
Yeah. Hey man, and exactly, and watching that battle is how I came up with the big band problem. So I'm like, I mean, these guys are already light years ahead of these guys. So like, what do you focus on now? Like, what do you? So I'm picking up small stuff like the flash. I'm putting, because these are the things that's really going to take y'all to like to where it's, it's super clean. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
actually, these are just small things that big
Yeah.
band problems.
Yeah. Shout out
But
to
yeah,
Jackson State. They sound really good.
hey,
I've been holding on to that all season, but
mm,
Jackson State was sounding real good, man. It's
yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
yeah.
Sounding real
Uh,
good.
so yeah, dub for Jackson State. Also, too, I want you to think about a band of the week. I know we used to do the rankings, but just pick one band out of every band you saw. We're gonna get to that towards the end. Um, let's go
Mhm.
to North Carolina A&T versus Hampton.
I was
So
hoping you went there. I was hoping you went
these
there.
two schools are now in the same division. They moved out of the MEAC, right? So it's glad we can get HBCUs grouped together. And to me, this year has been a great year of that. Just the classics, all these things have been coming together. Like we saw
Mhm.
Virginia Union and Miles. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We see it's a bunch of different things. Tennessee State played A&T last week or 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Like we're just getting a good mix up, and so I'm really liking it this year. So the fact that A&T and Hampton's playing each other is great. What'd you think?
Man, this actually brought up a good question I have. Before I even talk about the band, I'm gonna pose this question to you, Horatio. So when a director or a staff member is at a school, and while they're at that school, they make a great arrangement. Do the arrangements stay at the school, or are they allowed to take it with them?
I think it's supposed to stay at the school. I think that's how it's supposed to be. But I, we've seen it happen different places. Now we see it a lot with high school to college or
Hmm.
mass band to college. College to college, it stays at the college. It seems like that.
Hmm.
Um, but hey, man, to each his own. That was something that happened in this battle a lot too. Like, the director that's at Hampton was my director when I was at A&T.
Hmm.
So obviously he was there, probably 10 years, his whole time or whatever. So of course he's had a lot of history there. So there were arrangements that were used that were trying to, but and
Is
that's
that
the whole,
like a I don't know. Is that like a get back? I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. It would be a get back if the band if you really like sold it.
Mhm. If it
But
was like better.
yeah, and also too, the audience doesn't understand either. Like the people don't know what's going on,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. True indeed.
So
That's like
but
so limitable. Yeah,
yeah,
subliminal.
I don't know, man. I thought I'm not liking Hampton right now, bro. Like I didn't
Yeah.
like their play calling. I didn't like man. It's the band Renaissance, man. 2025, man. We gotta get out of this. Like, come on, man. It's the time for us to embrace our new identity, Hampton. And I feel like they did a bad job dropping the ball. They play songs like Liberian Girl. That Liberian Girl, I played there. I played at Auntie. That was written by my section leader at the time. So he happened to go to Hampton. So I guess that kind of. But
Okay.
but still, like, and then they played Love Don't Live Here Anymore, which is a song that I played at Auntie. So it's just these are songs. It's like I need Hampton to get in their own bag. What are songs that Hampton has? You know what I'm saying? For real, like
Right.
what are like because it doesn't really serve the band program to look back and be like, oh, this is when it's not better.
Yes. What is the identity that's curated around Hampton? I think that's
Right.
something that's been very necessary for Hampton in these recent years to clearly carve out an identity.
Right.
It hasn't been clearly defined yet. Um, and I guess for that reason being, I wasn't as harsh on my critique with Hampton as far as their play calling. I'm like, yeah, this stuff is old.
Old.
It's not current and new. I mean, they play what like Search and Rescue.
They play okay.
Um,
Hold on. I was gonna say that too. They play Search and Rescue, and we talk about these songs. You can't play a song that's close, like 5 or so years ago, because or like even closer. It's like people don't the way that music moves or whatever. It's like you have to wait until it's like a classic, for it to be played after a certain amount of time. So that just shows
mhm.
like y'all are not really on it as far as like turning over new arrangements, and that's the problem that we have with these formerly MEAC schools that y'all gotta, hey man, the turnover rate, these are grown adults playing. Like it's a turnover rate that y'all have
Yeah.
to entertain the people. Search and Rescue, they played that in 2020 or 2021. It's like you can't rely on, oh, it's a song that's kind of somewhat popular. Like I heard a band this week play "Hot" by Young Thug. That's I think you may have played "Hot" when you was in the band.
No, I thought had left. But one could argue Young Thug case going on. That's just
Okay, I see you saying that. But play a newer song, man. Like, come on, guys. Like y'all are not like y'all can be critiqued in this way. Like I hate being like I hate them acting like y'all like we don't know. We know that y'all can do better arrangements, stuff like that. So yeah, man, that's what I only thing I wanted for Hampton. Like I wanted Hampton to really come over and honestly, the director, he left when I was there. So he's been there for a long time. Bro, I need to see something, bro. I'm honestly, man, from Hampton as a program, I'm getting pretty stagnant with the results that they're putting out. And that's another band I was like, I don't know if I would, based on this band, I wouldn't go to the school.
You wouldn't go to Hampton?
No.
Would
you?
I couldn't say that. I couldn't say it's
not on that product.
And when I was trying to listen to like how they play, right? This is I think in this matchup, I hear Hampton doing something. They seem to try to play with more intensity this game than other games or matchups, but they didn't seem very prepared. Like this is what they usually do. So the intonation in my how I was hearing was just like way off. I'm like, yo, this don't sound like they used to this. And the reason I'm saying this is that because I've heard bands try to crank up and try to play out there when that's not what they do at all, or they get outside of their pocket because they think it's easy.
I'm sorry, Roger says for a full ride. Yep.
For a full ride.
How much is your pride worth, man? I know, man. I know it's the right thing to do. Of course, you have an opportunity. Take the opportunity to go march in a shitty band. Go do your thing.
Oh goodness.
But that would kill me. I would hate. Look, man. I marched the NT for free for a couple years, so I did it for the love of the game. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's yeah.
But I get it. My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Oh, you good? But so yeah, I think they was trying to play a little bit more intensity. The song selection. I mean, we talked about it, discussed it. It just really wasn't anything to take the matchup. I think they were pretty good selections. They were cool, but if I go down the list and say, well, none of these would solidify a solid win going to this battle. Like, okay, we got these. We're gonna come out with a W. I don't think that was that. So it made me think about what was the mindset and mentality going into this fifth quarter.
That's what and that's what I think too about like when you see a battle. I mean, a band prepare like this. You go come out of the band room. Like, do y'all think okay, we got search and rescue? Like this is what's gonna go against A&T. Like, or even it's like I don't know.
A&T been smoking this year, man.
But maybe we're gonna get to them too. But maybe in their mind as a director, they're like, we're doing the best we can. Like maybe it's a learning curve. Even though I'm thinking these are adults or whatever, but it's still like a learning curve. We got to be able to do all this. We can't fit this much music. But at the end of the day, nobody cares about any of that. Like nobody, people only care about any sport, anything. Nobody cares about the circumstances or whatever. It's about what you put on the field, about what you present, and that's how you're gonna be judged, man.
Do you think this is one of them moments where the band director like set the kids up or the students up?
Of course, because those kids weren't even like he's trying to get people like me that like that because those kids don't really even know anything about that. They chose to go to Hampton for Hampton, not for A&T's arrangements. So it's like that's just some like but then you end up losing like that. So we always talk about the staff infiltrating the book and stuff like that, based on their like their own vendettas and what they like and all that stuff.
Their own vendettas is crazy.
Yeah, come on, man. We ain't got time for that. You got kids in this band that was born in 2007. All right, come on now, chill out. All right, but yeah, A&T to the dub, man. First of all, this is my favorite week of A&T out of anything that they've done this whole season. If they keep rolling like they're doing, to me, they're getting better from the first showing, the Houston show. They do really good. I love Can You Feel It? I feel like it's like an old school type of thing. I really like that. I want to comment this, but I want somebody to see it. I want somebody in the staff to see it. It's like, they all listen to the show. I need somebody to like. They need to do better with arrangements too, because they can get lazy with turning over new songs as well. And they have Central this week, so
Yeah.
it would have been good to see them play some newer songs than they did at that Houston battle, but still sound good.
This is one of my favorite A&T sounds, probably like the last 10 years, man.
Really?
Yeah. As far as I like, it reminds me, this performance alone reminds me of like the early 2000s A&T, as far as their unique styles, but the intensity is there. It's
Right.
giving me like the spirit of those type of bands I'm feeling coming through.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Auntie. Definitely got a dub there. Let's move on, man.
'Cause what else did they play? I know they played the Can You Feel It was a standout one for me.
They played the Mariah Carey Type Dangerous.
Yes.
Let's
Shout
see,
out to
man.
Mariah Carey still making music.
Still making music, and it's about to be Mariah Carey season. Q4 she
Oh,
kills.
yeah.
She kills December time. But they played like another like R&B type of song. I don't know the name.
Okay. So who played I'm Dreaming? Was that A&T or Hampton?
It had to be Hampton.
That was Hampton.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's
that
another
was-
example. If I'm dreaming, like, bro, and I watched it when I heard the song, I was like, parade song. Like, once you get your band in a higher tier, you start being able to put songs in categories. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like just because you have I'm Dreaming don't mean you need to play in the fifth quarter. It's not a fifth quarter song in 2025. It's a parade song at best. You're not gonna crank that song on somebody this year, and people gonna be like, "Wow, man, did you like?" It's not gonna get the party going, and you have to
Especially
know
like
that.
a big matchup. Like if you was playing anybody, if I'm Hampton, I'm playing anybody else that's not an intense matchup. Okay, you could throw I'm Dreaming it, but you A&T, which I feel like, if I'm Hampton, this is the highlight of my band schedule this year.
Mhm.
These is not what I'm throwing out to represent my repertoire, because if you look at it from a performance stage type of point of view, this is where the eyes are going to be on you as
Right.
far as comparative for the people
Recruitment.
who enjoy the fifths.
Mhm.
If you got somebody in this northeastern, mid southern area that's like, I don't know if I want to go to Hampton, A&T, Norfolk State. If they want to stay in this area, they're gonna watch these,
Right.
and it's like, well, shoot, I'm not about to go to Hampton now.
Yeah. And it's like, you know how big of a W that is for your program to get a W over A&T at A&T.
Mm-hmm.
Like that brings on recruiters. That it's like you have to be thinking about these type of moments. Like y'all can't waste them with I'm Dreaming. I know, and that's what aggravates me about these MEAC staff people. It's like this is your opportunity to grow your band, to dunk on a band that's in a higher tier than you, and you just proved yourself to be the same old Hampton. So it's kind of sad, but hey, another year being, it's just like, well, hopefully next year, and I'm band renaissance, man. Some bands are it's not getting to some bands. Hampton's one of these bands not getting to either way.
We
Shout out
got
to Auntie.
plenty.
Great showing from Auntie. Okay. Want to talk about this. Alabama A&M versus Tennessee State. I feel like Tennessee State, bro, is not the same, bro. I don't know what's going on with Tennessee State, but to me, I've always loved them because they've had like a dark, rich sound, and I just didn't really get that in this battle. And this was the band too that our topic is about aura.
Okay.
I put Alabama A&M won the game. Well, they won the game. The football team won the game. That already adds energy. Like the video starts with them winning. They have like a trophy. I didn't,
Yeah, right. The legacy of
another bowl game like type
right.
scenario. I mean, A&M bro came in cranking. Trumpets, tubas. I put tubas are beating this in. Shout out to A&M tubas. I really thought they did a great job.
We said that weeks ago, dog.
Yeah.
A&M too was just off the chain, man. That A&M band this year is really like shocking me over the eyes. Like
That's
they got a problem. They got a problem, man.
Aura. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm like, damn, these guys got it. Okay, first of all, tubas in general won the night because Tennessee State's best section is their tubas, which is it's very different to see in 2025. Your best section is the tubas, which is great to see, but it's very different because it's like Tennessee State when they play, their tubas are the loudest thing, and their band is like small. It's like almost the band doesn't match their tuba sound at all. So, and then when A&M would play, I'll be like, bro, this is more of a balanced band. We talk about that with big band problems. But I put Tennessee State tubas are great. They played Don Toliver song "No Love." That was great. I said I'm giving A&M the first round close. I feel like this battle was kind of close, up and towards the
selection
end.
wise. Okay.
Yeah, the song, bro. People love this song, the 2 a.m. Big As the Plug song. It's
It's going everywhere,
Contagious.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically playing Contagious. A&M killed that. But my notes are again, band sounds nothing's really bad. Tennessee State sounds good, but I'm used to them having a richer tone. Tennessee State's tubas are the best section in the band. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it to A&M just based off energy alone, man. Go watch that battle if you want to watch a good A&M, bro. They're really killing it.
They was on something. Although what this A&M is on, this just got me like, man, this is a different type of energy A&M is bringing. This is what I've wanted from A&M. They
Right.
have hit that line where at some points I felt like they were trying to go too smooth and their aggressiveness just fell short, even though I kind of felt it from them. They are committed. They are committed on both lanes. So and it's like they got me looking at the SWAT completely different now, man. Because I don't even know at this point between this performance and we're gonna get to Bama State,
Mm-hmm.
who's really leading that. It's close for me. It's really close for me.
Yeah, I put in my notes. Alabama, these Alabama schools are really killing.
Yes, man.
What Miles is in now. Miles in Alabama, but still, okay. So we give it to A&M. Energy, bro.
Yeah,
Tennessee State
I
to
give
me
it to
this
A&M.
year. I don't think I know they have some like director changes. But yeah. Charles. My guy. He's with A&M. Thank you for the positive feedback. Yeah, man. A&M's doing great this year, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, giving it to them. Like I said, 2 a.m. was probably my favorite song of that battle. They were just locked in, man. And just with the energy of winning the game, we talked about it too. That adds a lot to it. And they were just the band with the most aura at that game. Going back to our topic. So yeah. Quick shout out because I watched this, but I don't remember everything, and that's
Okay.
North Carolina Central versus Fayetteville State.
Okay.
Talk about the band Renaissance 2025. It hit Fayettille, baby. Fayettille
Yes.
is deep as hell. I sent you the text saying, "Damn, I didn't know Fayettille State was this big."
Yes.
This probably my biggest seeing band me ever seeing them. They're still going back to our big band problems. They're still adjusting to having that big band. Central, I'm so excited to see Ante versus Central this coming week, man. Because Central, this is a great Central, man. I'm excited. Yo, the tuba sound great. The low brass, man. Like they're really doing a good job at Central. Just a good, shout out to them. What you think about Central this year?
Man, shout out to Central, man. Central got a good song select. They're like in it. They're there. Central is there. They had diversity in the book. They had a good sound. They was pretty strong. They played true to themselves, but they still gave an energy like we're gonna be dominant. And with that, I think that they paired up very nicely with Fayetteville State. I think it was a real good style clash, and I'm gonna tell you why. Fayetteville State gave us the classic good solid thing we missed from the old MEAC generation, from not from the big huge bands, not from the Bethunes and the Fams, but the medium tier size, good solid sound, a lot of clarity, good intonation, still impactful, powerful with good balance. And coming from Fayetteville State, although the song selection we were getting some of the band songs,
right,
that we talk about, but I enjoy how they played. I was like, man, they are really playing and they're not folding at all. So I felt they impressed me a lot with their performance.
Yeah.
Not to mention they look really good in the stands. They look good.
Look
They
good.
look
Right.
good too, man.
Yeah.
And their band, what is their band like? The MX something like that.
Yeah. Charles said, this is the biggest. This is Marching Broncos Express, I think, since 2007. So I mean, and they were very clean, and you could tell that Central is trying to get that like really like crank up vibe. You know what I'm saying? And so it was more of that. So of course, with that, we're gonna reward that a little bit more on the show, just because it's a little bit more. It's just our style. But yes, they were very clean, and you saying that like maybe like remember that they were very clean. I kept saying that like they were, clean, and it was, though, like I said, the arrangements weren't as difficult. They executed it very well. So you got to shout out to them for that.
Shout out to them.
So yeah, shout out to them. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. This is the battle I thought. Well, no, I thought that the A&M Tennessee State was probably the closest one. But
I can see that.
Let's move on to Miles and Bama State. This was a great battle. We always talk about Alabama State is probably one of the best venues in HBCU just for battles. The field is just, the environment is very good. A lot of classic videos, a lot of classic battles come out of there. So yeah, man, this was a great matchup. Here we go. Here's my notes.
Go ahead.
Now, when we start a battle, what do we normally want to start with?
You either want to, if you depend on the strength of your band, right? But in this case, Alabama, you want to start strong, aggressive, maybe up tempo.
Right. Miles starts off strong with a Latin March. Great. Right. Alabama State starts with, first of all, Alabama State, we're talking about aura. Alabama State is on one this year, yo.
That's why it's aura. They have the aura this year.
Every performance Bama State has been at this year, they got a viral clip. They've really been doing it. If you haven't, check out Bama State this year. So that's my point. Again, the aura conversation is how was Bama State for me this week, because they came into it with the energy of y'all can't fuck with us. It's a different energy that Bama State had this year. They start off with a song called "What You Looking At." Great energy. Trump is going crazy. Miles played 30 for 30, right? Which is the SZA Kendrick Lamar song.
Right.
I said too many notes, and then we have to talk about the dancing drum majors. I'm starting not to like it, because I'm starting to think that the dancing drum majors, like how they dance, takes away from the dancers. What do you think about that? Because if you got dancers, flags, and the drum majors are dancing, it's just a lot going on.
It's a lot going on
for me.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of the dancer and drum majors all the time per se. But then I'm also not a fan of the drum majors not doing anything. So I got to pick my point.
Yeah. What about good old conducting?
Good old conducting.
What happened to conducting?
Come on, dog.
But yeah.
Okay. Drum majors leading the band and the band directors being somewhere else.
That right. We come from Virginia. That's what we do. Chris says, them freaky drum majors, bro, go conduct. That's what I'm saying. Conduct. Do something, because if you think about it, it's like, well, what are y'all doing all day? They practicing the
right. Exactly. It's, to me, sometimes if it's one song, I don't got a problem with it. My problem is when y'all start battling. That's when that's okay.
And it's all just humping. It's all just slow.
Variations of humping, bro.
Yeah, that's all it is. But this battle was really good. Bama State played 2 a.m., which we talked about. Everybody loves that song, the Big Ass Plug song. Okay. Now Miles plays the same song. What is our rules on if you're gonna play the same song? What are our rules on that?
You gotta be much better. And the crowd instantly let Miles know, no, don't even try to play the song.
You're in enemy territory, right? They play the same song, play it worse, they're getting booed crazy instantly. I said, got booed instantly. Play calling bad. Think about the audience. The staff will get in the way of play calling, bro. The staff will literally try to ego you, bro. That was not the time to do that. The audience just heard the same song. They don't want to hear y'all play the same song. You have to think about it, even though you may think that your arrangement is better, the audience, don't put them through that,
You got to read the room at sometimes. Sometimes right. You got to read it.
I said, this is where they handed the battle over, right?
Okay.
So now they play the same song, so they just lose a round, basically. Bama State gets the crowd, they play Mutt. New song, gets the crowd going. So you just replay the song that they played. It wasn't good enough, and now they got the whole crowd singing, right? Now here we go. We always talk about this. A band plays a ballad. They want you to play a ballad back, so now that they're controlling it's like obvious. You do what we do. Miles, we call it taking the bait. Miles didn't take the bait. They played a trump card, which is a gospel song. Now,
we just said this, bro. Miles, bring back the gospel.
bro, and we always say we say on the show you can't boo God, meaning when you play a gospel song you can't boo because it's a gospel song, right?
What
Most
else do we
people.
do?
That was not the case at Alabama State that night. They got booed playing a gospel song. Now here's the problem with the gospel song. If you're gonna play a gospel song at night in a fifth quarter, it has to be something that everybody knows. They played a gospel song that's a new one. Who knows new gospel songs? Like it was like from Elevation Church featuring Chris Brown. I'm like,
who knows this gospel song?
So I said still got booed though.
And this is number 2 part. Go ahead.
And then Alabama State, again, which we just said, if you're gonna play something back, it has to be better. They play a gospel song. They play God's Got a Blessing. Who don't know that song?
Right.
So now
That's oh goodness, egg on your
they
face.
have the crowd instantly. So I'm like, basically saying this is how you praise the Lord for real. We're gonna show you how to really praise the Lord. And bro, it was so bad, bro. I'm like, come on, man.
My goodness. It felt so ugly. It felt so ugly at that point as far as the battle. I was like, oh yeah, this is an L, bro. That was it.
I said Miles in a bad spot. What?
Miles in a bad spot.
2 rounds. Just lost 2 rounds. Gave a round away playing the same song. All right. Lost another round. I said Miles in a bad spot. What? Okay. Here's bro. We give y'all the sauce on how to win a battle every week. What do you do next? Right? You just played a gospel song. You lost. They just played God's Got a Blessing. So now what do? We say in your book you need a good mood changing song, not an R&B, not like a slow, like a ballad, or be like a you know what I'm saying, hey type of R&B mood changer song.
You as soon as God has got his blessing already, you need audit. As soon as the blessing over with, you gotta go.
And no rap at all. Good mood feel like like that type of song.
Okay. Maybe you gotta be good. You gotta be one of them.
So I said Miles plays Burning Blue, which is by Mariah Scientist, which is like an R&B newer type of song. I'm like, this is not like a
the energy is sucked away. Energy is sucked.
Man. Who is calling the play? I said wrong play calling. Now, if you the other band, what you doing?
I'm cranking up on you.
I'm cranking on you for the rest of the night, and then we go. Right. Bro, we just boom, 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 gave it to you, then we out. Bama State with the dub, bro. That's how you do it. I said, look, Alabama State just cranks on them. Miles has no presence, no aura. Let me read the comments. Chris said, Snipes tried to take the same route Alcorn did when they played the weekend at Southern. We all know how that turned out. Yeah, man. You could try to throw a gospel song in there, but sometimes it won't save you, man. You play calling.
If they got one too, don't let them have one.
They got God's Got a Blessing, and you got a song that just came out this past week. Come on, man. So, with that being said, with everything going on, the aura mix included, I'm giving Alabama State my band of the week, man. They did a great job in this battle. Like you said, like they played it perfectly. They came out hitting hard. They played a song. Miles replayed it. They played a slow song, had everybody singing. They played God's Got a Blessing, and they cranked on it for the rest of the night. Perfect showing from Alabama State. Like how to win a battle, they did it perfectly. They didn't miss no steps. Shout out to the staff. Shout out to staff for not being greedy, knowing knowing play calling, knowing okay, look, we have God's Got a Blessing. That's a bigger song than this. We're about to kill y'all with it in the name of the Lord. You know.
That's when you mentioned the intricate part of the play calling. I have to give the edge to Alabama State, and I think this is due to the matchup, and because it's still a challenging matchup, so they had to play the cards right. As far as band, I'm gonna give it to Alabama State because band for band is tough. Because I was kind of going A&M, but that's just based off the energy and presence that they have there. But do I think A&M is better at Jackson State at this moment? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think so. So edge play calling Bama State.
Yeah. Wait, man. Do you have a band of the week? Like I said, mine was Alabama State. We had a lot of great matchups, man.
I will say A&T surprised me the most.
Okay.
A&T surprised me the most. They gave me a feeling like, oh, good, this is something different in here.
All right. Hey man, great matchup, man. That was a great battle, the Miles battle though. But that just shows you how to win. If you want to know how to win, like look at Bama State how they played it this past week. Okay, man. Let's get into next week's predictions. Like I said, the theme is about does your band have aura, and what does that say about your band? Your band directly is the direct reflection of your school.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for all the directors, think about if the band was the only showing of the school, would that make people want to come there? And that's what I've been judging a lot of bands off this past week. If I saw this band, I've never seen it before, but I'd be like, man, I need to look. Where's the school at?
Where's the school at?
Right.
Put the school on the map. The band should put the school on the map and bring awareness to the university at all times. It's the number one. It's really the easiest recruiting tool as far as eyes is considered. If you have a band, you really don't need anyone else. You can go out perform anywhere at any time. Go to some high schools, do parades, anything just to get the awareness up about the school. You're not worried about a football team matchup, getting eyes on a game or something. You get eyes just from the music itself, and it intrigues people to look into the school. If the band is good, people think this. People, this is how people think, man. If the band is good, people think the school is good. People think the school is great. I would have never known about the truth about the population of Bethune Cookman. I would have
Right.
thought Bethune Cookman
Was
had 10,000 students.
huge, right?
No.
Yo, we gotta talk about Bethune too, bro. Bethune, bro, I went to that battle in South Carolina.
Oh, you did. You did.
I went, but I went for a little bit because I had to leave. I had to go somewhere else. But
Okay.
for Bethune, bro, I'm tired of Bethune, bro. Bethune is so big, yo. Like we talk about the band Renaissance, it hasn't missed Bethune, they've been 280 for a long time, bro. Like when they came to A&T, I mean, it's pretty much the only band I've ever seen sit people while the other people are on the field. Like, like they had like a little band in the stands and then they had the band on the field. Only band I've ever seen really do that. Have you seen a band, a HBCU band do that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I see. Jackson did it. This year at the
What
what's
you
it
feel
called?
about that? I think that's kind of, come on now.
Hey, it put the fire underneath you. You don't make cuts. You got.
Yeah.
Everybody can't make the field. Old school drumline days, P1 and all that type of stuff.
Right. But look, in the it's like the transfer portal now with college students. It's like, do you think the kids will sit and wait? You think they'll, will that motivate them, or will they hop on the portal and go to Hampton?
If your band has aura, it will. Will you leave? Will you leave Bama State if you're on the sidelines and you get to say, you enjoyed this Bama State season to go to Hampton and you be first chair and you on the field every time?
Yeah. Damn, bro. So you got to get your think about that. You got to get your. It's like same thing as college football. You got to get your aura up in order for your recruitment to stick. If you want to, be like that. If you want to say, hey, you can't get on the field unless you do check off something like that.
Because look what we're saying, man. The band is bringing eyes on the program and the school, and it's not just the good. Sorry to say this: the good musicians and the good marchers that see the programs. It's the people that's having trouble that want to say, "Man, I'm gonna go there. They're gonna get me right. They gonna teach me. They gonna show me." And then they get there like, well, nah, we gonna teach you, but we still got all these people who came ready, and we can't give them that spot. Give you that spot because they already ready.
Right. Well, also out of that battle, I thought Virginia State probably did the best out of that battle. Yeah, man. Virginia State.
So who was there? Who was there? I know I didn't watch.
It was Virginia State, Talladega, Winston, Bethune, and Benedict. Yeah. It was pretty good. It was, I mean, a great band outing. Fayetteville State was there.
Virginia State did better than Bethune. Is that what you're saying?
Or if we're comparing based on But Bethune doesn't give me anything new, bro. You know,
Yeah,
so
I
I wasn't. I seen it before. But okay, let's get into next week's predictions. You know, we're gonna say the the two schools competing. Give us the first answer. Who you think? We put it in the chat as well. This week we have the Aggie Eagle Classic, North Carolina A&T versus North Carolina Central. It's gonna be good, man. Central, if you want to get some recruits, dunk on A&T this weekend. Promise you, because the band's already getting big. If you really want to get some noise, like you don't even have to dunk on them. Just do a really good showing for you for the band, and they'll do good. But of course, I'm gonna go with A&T. I want A&T to have some. Yeah, I want them to have some new songs for Central, at least 3 or 4. I need more songs. The battle of the real HU, Hampton versus Howard.
This is a week of matchups, dog, because these are the rival. This is like the rivalry week.
Yeah.
I go.
I'm gonna go Hampton.
I'm gonna go Hampton too. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna go.
Side note, go look up Howard's new uniforms. I like their uniforms, but the hats are crazy. Like the hats look crazy, bro. I've never seen hats look like HBCU hats that look like this. I think they're like a year or 2 years old. But yeah, go check them out. Yeah. Howard uniforms. You have Fayetteville State versus Elizabeth City State. Haven't seen much of Elizabeth City. Saw Fayetteville.
I'm gonna go Fayetteville, man. They had a good showing last week. They look good. They sound good.
I'm gonna go Fayetteville. Savannah State versus Miles. Haven't seen much of Savannah State this year either.
Okay.
Definitely going Miles though.
Yeah, we'll go Miles. Coming off Bama State, every time your band come off like a big matchup, I feel like that brings your band level up to another level. You get an improvement.
Yeah.
So I'll go Miles.
James says the hats look AI generated for sure. They look AI generated for a PWI band. But the uniform is tough though. Like everything else but the hat is fire. But okay, Kentucky State and Morehouse.
Oh, Kentucky State. Oh yeah. I just look at these hats. My bad, yo.
Yeah, Central State versus Morgan.
Central State versus Morgan. I'll go Morgan. Yeah, Morgan.
Okay, John C. Smith versus Virginia Union. Virginia Union gonna give it to him, boy. Union. Virginia State versus Winston. I'm going Virginia State.
Virginia State.
Winston was there too, bro. I'm not a big Winston fan either. Winston, we haven't really talked about him like this season yet, but when we do, hopefully they get better by the time, like when they have maybe we'll watch this and we'll talk about them next week. Yes. This is gonna be a good one. All right, so Winston, you got to show out this week because we're watching. All right. Last Edward Waters versus Bethune Cookman. But Bethune is not battle ready, bro. Bethune doesn't come in like we're gonna really like show them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's the greatest of HBCU bands. We have different programs that serve different purposes, and yeah.
It seemed like the SWAC is taking a rest week. As far as matchups, this was.
Yeah. It's I don't think it's that much, or maybe we're just not all filled in. But
yeah.
Either way, we'll be back next week with with some great more matchups, man. This year has been going great, man. But of course, our theme for this week is does your band have aura? And what does that say about your program? Like we said, the HBCU band is the biggest recruiting tool. It's the biggest thing that we have. It's the biggest culture driver, and it says a lot about your band.
Mm-hmm.
The energy that they give off.
Do you think YouTube has taken away band fear?
What do you mean by that? Being able to see the band before?
Yes, being able to see what they playing, see what the band looking like from a school, to where it used to be the school just pull up, right, and that's it. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know. But now, I mean, it does, but you really can't. It don't mean you can hide from it though.
Right.
So it's like it's something about being in person, man. That live aspect of band of taking the L. Like that's why play calling is so important too. Because even though I know what songs you got, I don't know when you're gonna play them.
Right.
and that's very
Sure
important
do.
too. So though with social media and with YouTube, you get to know your what songs they're gonna play, but it- and the good thing about the week is you don't know what new songs they have, so it does. But of course, it does seem cooler to go back in what 85 where you didn't know what what they were gonna do at all, even though what they look like,
Right, you
nothing.
just heard rumors like, hey.
Right. I heard they did, so they got the bus. You're like, God, these niggas got 7 buses. Damn. Okay, guys. So look, we have a special guest this week. We've been teasing this guy for a while, man. Um, this started, man, when we talked about on our first episode about bands we were looking forward to
Absolutely.
seeing, man. And Virginia Union was probably the top band on our list. So with that, we reached out, or somehow we got connected with the current band director, and that's who we're going to bring up now, guys. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. Um, so yeah, man. Joining us right now is the band director at Virginia Union University, Dr. PJ Howard. How you doing, my brother?
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Man, how y'all doing? I'm doing great.
Doing great, brother. Doing great.
Hey, man. For the people who don't know you, man, can you tell us your background in band? I see you were directed at so many different schools. Kind of where'd you
Yeah,
go in your background in marching band?
man. I I've been a band director, like collegiate band director, since the age of 20. Honestly,
Wow.
I actually started at Stillman College under the late great Thomas E. Lyles, the inventor of the Alabama State University Miracle Band, and then from there I went to Miles College, and I wrote Dirty Diana and all of that other stuff as a kid, man. I wrote Dirty Diana sitting in the bus station in Tallahassee, man. I was
Wow.
attending. I've been to so many schools, man, just trying to intentionally learn this craft. Attended Florida A&M University. I've attended Southern University, but my um, most definitely Alabama State University that I just came off of a tour with in terms of being the assistant director of bands. So I've been around, man, doing my best to contribute to the culture and to the sport of band. Actually, trying to change band from, how a lot of people perspective look at it as a musical hobby into
Hmm.
making people recognize that band is most definitely an athletic-based sport. Because you got to be strong, you got to have endurance. Just a lot of elements that other sports share with band that makes me feel like band is a sport.
Hmm.
So I've been around, man. I've also am the co-founder of the Talladega College Marching Tornado Band. If you ever see that logo on their shirts, I actually made that. Um, my cousin and I, Dr. Miguel Bonds, now director of bands at Mississippi Valley. We
Hmm.
started that band actually in 2011 and we debuted it in 2012. So I was associate director of bands at Talladega College from 2011 to 20 spring 2017 and fall 2017. I restarted the band at Stillman College and I was there from 2017, 2018, 2019, and then 2020. That's when I started at Alabama State and I stayed there until I came here. Alabama State is actually the band where I craft at,
Hmm.
and the band director there currently was actually my band director, the great Dr. James Oliver, and he taught me a lot. When I came to him, I was fresh off of my first stint as being a director of bands. But to be honest, I don't think that I had it all because I've been a servant leader for so long as an assistant and as an associate. And all I ever wanted to do really was just be a magnificent arranger and a teacher of musical science.
Hmm.
But he pulled some stuff out of me. He showed me a lot of stuff behind the scenes on how to make a band move logistically, how to view things in a certain way. You know how to deal with all these different personalities. It's just a lot how to deal with higher ed administration, which a lot of band directors don't have great careers because they fail in that area, in the administrative area. Also, how not to succumb to what I call common temptations of leadership. So it's a lot that I've learned. And, you know, I just think that you know, not to get biblical, man, but I just think that God is a phenomenal engineer and architect in the way that He lays out our life events, so that when we get our biggest trial, that we typically somewhat prepared enough, only enough to where we still need prayer. So,
Mm.
yeah, you know, in a nutshell, that's basically my career, man. I've been around, been a great servant, I like to think. And when I got the opportunity to come serve at Virginia Union, it was not a comfortable idea for me. Just doing my own research and on certain pretenses of the fact that this was going to be a transition. It's different from inheriting band program versus the transition from one band director to the next. It's
Mhm.
a very intimate thing, and I will say to
Yeah.
you guys, it's been tough,
Yeah.
With all the influences that you've had with illustrious programs, you name Alabama State, you name Miles College, you name Florida A&M. What is it like transitioning to a Virginia Union, which doesn't have as a defined band identity in the public band sphere?
Lord mercy, man. I'm trying to say this in a way. I would say this is that it's hell on your personal life. It's hell on your mental. It's hell on your emotional. It has not been. It is not for the weak. You know. Understanding all of the politics surrounding, you know, the past band director and so on and so forth, and me not really want to be involved with that because, you know, I'm one of those people. I love all of the band directors because we are our own community, you know.
Mhm.
But it's almost like, say, for an example, for you two here, I can tell through you guys' chemistry that you don't y'all ain't just cool. Y'all actually love each other. That's different. So and respect, right? So the thing is, uh, with those elements alone, it would be tough for you to have to assume his job or vice versa, you know, or the way that they pay their bills, you know. And at the time, um, I really wasn't aware of what's going on. I just know they reached out to me because they had an opening, and you know they like my reputation, you know, for
Mm.
rebranding, rebuilding band programs because that's what I'm known for. Um,
Mhm.
and so I just looked at it as I actually prayed. I said to God, which is something that I've never done for a job. I don't think, at least not a band job. I said to God that if it was His will, then let it be. That I didn't want to have any equity in the decision. And
Mhm.
you know, they called me back with an offer and asked me when could I start. You know, I talked it over with them and the people who mean the most to me, and now we're here. I will say I came up before I was actually hired to the band was actually in band camp, so I didn't even
Wow.
become the director of band until like 3 days before the first game versus
Mhm.
Kentucky State. And when I acquired the band, we only had 17 active members,
Oh.
like literally.
Wow.
So you gotta think I was just leaving Alabama State, but the band is on average 200 people yearly.
Right.
You know, instrument players. You know, yeah, the auxiliary you got 240, 250. You know, whatever Doc feels like he wants that year. You know, I'm coming from a place of beautiful facilities, man. Alabama State University
Mhm.
has one of the best football stadiums and band rooms that I've ever practiced in. So there's a huge difference, into Virginia Union, who has, more quaint accommodations, although the spirit is there.
Mhm.
So the biggest deal, it wasn't so much as getting the students to work. It was actually the people around the students and some of the people, the people from the CIAA culture, or saying that I was deviating from
Mhm.
what traditional CIAA bands are. And I want you guys to understand something about me. Yes,
Hmm.
I'm a Marine Corps. I'm a Marine retired. So I most definitely have a militant and structured mindset, and I can be very excessive when it comes to demanding, discipline and performing to your maximum ability. And also, if you whatever your maximum was last year, I mean last week, that this week that's not relevant. I need
Mhm.
more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And sometimes it's overwhelming to students to keep hearing that word more,
Mhm.
more, more. And look at it like, damn, he ain't never satisfied. No, I'm not.
Mhm.
Because we got so much to do. I think that the culture of Virginia Union, per the perception of other bands in the area, was this was going to be an easy W for the bands in that area.
Right.
And that's another thing that
Yeah.
I was combating. And then, again, I used the word a second ago that I've created. It's called musical science. And one of the first rules of science is to trust nobody's research but your own, right?
Mhm.
So for me, I could not go off of a science that I haven't seen be dominant, because I'm not one of those band directors who come to compete. That's what attention seeking people do.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I came to take over. I came to dominate. Sometimes people have to understand those are one of the desires of leadership, the desire for supremacy that makes that makes it unfriendly sometimes. But I have to understand that I'm here to create and defend the honor of the institution I chose to work for, and I try to do it in a tasteful way, so that people can understand that this is business. I owe it to my students and to the university who compensates me and trusts me with this part or this sector of their lineage. So, it's not one of those things where, people's like, well, that ain't how CIAA bands are. Well, respectfully, I can show you my student bill for me acquiring my doctoral degree recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to understand that no other band director in this area's name is on it but mine.
Mhm.
So I have to make sure that I not follow the next band director's recipe or so on and so forth. I'm gonna follow the one that I've paid for with the time of my life, with my actual financial proceeds and my own prayers that I laid in the bed and had these intimate conversations with God and asked for permission. God, can I do this with a band? You know, so I have to kind of stand on business, as the young kids say, as it relates to our formula, because I want you guys to understand. I can't. You got great band programs in the area. You know,
Mhm.
you got Norfolk State University and Virginia State University in
Mm-hmm.
either direction of me. And then if you want to take a quick detour, you got Hampton right there. How am I to how am I to compete with those bands falling in line with what it is that they do?
Mhm.
Right.
Right
Yeah, I
on.
mean
Have to
that's
do
Absolutely.
something different. Yeah, you have to do
Yeah.
something different.
And
so
we're actually we're from Virginia. Me
okay,
me and him, we're from Suffolk, Virginia. We went to Nazareth River High School.
okay,
So like I went to Union for like their band day or whatever.
hmm
And I mean that's why I wanted to ask about your you mentioned your like your interview process. I mean, that's great that they like even reached out to you. Like you had
Yeah.
the resume, especially at Stillman. I mean, we all knew Stillman was cooking. I mean, bro, he brought Stillman out there, bro. So when I once I found out that it was the same guy from Stillman, I'm like, okay, yeah. But I mean, and Raja asked a question too. Like, I mean, this is like your second year. I mean, the kids had to be starving for this type of difference that you've been bringing because it's been working.
No.
You
He said
have
no.
really.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, man. This has been one that when I say to respect the privacy of my students, this has been one of the toughest jobs I've ever had.
No.
You would think that what you just said. Um, I said I acquired 17 students. I ended up with less than that. The ones who stayed were the ones who really loved the program. They didn't stay because they liked what I was selling.
Mhm,
Mm,
They love AOS, and kudos to their band director, the past band director
mhm,
who made those students love that band program and their school. They stayed because of that. Them buying into what I was selling just came about when they started seeing people respond to them differently on social media.
right.
I took the
mm,
band to, I almost dropped the nugget, but kids sign up, kids buy into glory,
Right.
not okay, our band director is telling us stuff that we agree with. Okay, cool, I hear him, but again, I need somebody my age telling me that what I'm doing is cool. They look for validation amongst each other. So, we can tell them, oh man, you good. Just like your mom would tell you in the morning before you go to school, oh baby, you so handsome.
mhm,
But, when you get to school and you bump into whatever your high school sweetheart was, and you be like, PJ, you so fine. And then you
Mhm,
believe it. But
right.
this mama know
Right.
what she
right,
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
So it was really one of those situations of I'm telling them, hey, you should want to be more competitive. You should, you should, you should, you should. And I
Mhm.
was shooting all over the place.
Right.
Um,
And, without doing my best to, be intrusive because I was somewhat um, compassionate about the transition and how it occurred because I wasn't there.
Mm,
I can only imagine emotionally what they went through because they loved their past band director, like loved, like
mhm,
like she was their mother figure for a lot of them.
yeah.
But I did incur a lot of behavioral issues with
mm,
students who were accustomed to doing whatever they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. And,
mm,
like for me, I respect it. I want you to do whatever you want to do, but you can't do it here.
Right.
absolutely.
So I came in with new standard, new structure, uh, you know, and putting my foot down, and they didn't like that. And I knew it was going to be an unpopular move, but what it did was it weeded the students out who really were there uh, for the right reasons.
Mhm.
And I brought quite a few transfers with me
That's about
from
nice.
other
Yeah.
That was
places.
going, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll stop there so you can ask me, the question in a way that you want me to respond.
Yeah. What was the? Yeah, I was going to ask you about recruiting because I
Mm.
mean I know the area and those bands like our high school. Most of those bands are made up around like a Norfolk State or Virginia State type of sound or whatever. And those kids, I'm like, I don't think those kids are from this from this area
Right. What I
that
listen
quick.
to
That quick. But I mean, but
Yeah.
that's how you build a program, man. Is you get those type of kids and then you build around that because now, you know, like this Virginia Union, I would have considered going to, you know,
right.
and for
Bless
real,
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
a lot of students in that area are going to look at this band because I mean, this band could give it to. I mean, y'all just had to battle with Miles. I mean, that would have never happened, you know.
Yeah, we had a battle with Alabama State, a little short exchange at the battle in Birmingham too. So it was nerve wracking to
Hmm.
see 3 trillion people in the stands over there. And then, the announcer calls your name, like, okay, the next battle up is Bama State versus Virginia Union. You like,
Hmm.
what?
Hmm.
Right.
Versus who?
And these are your peers that you have had programs with and shared
Right.
programs with. What is that like on your end?
Man, that was me versus my band director, and that dude really knows his business. He really knows his sport, man. And the arranger, shout out to Charles Lewis. He's a phenomenal arranger, and he thinks like playing chess because it's only him. Because you got to
Mm-hmm.
think, typically in the SWAC, he's going up against two or three arrangers at once. So you
Right.
got to be able to hold your own. So he's a mastermind, but I know that program inside out, so I knew exactly what to get ready for. And the other thing is, I like to say, one reason I don't worry about a lot of people might tell you, brothers, they might say, well, yeah, we can take this band, or we can take that band, or we can smash this band, we can smash that band. Well, I know that I can. I know that we can because of my recipe.
Hmm.
So, you talked about Stillman College. Go look back at Miles College 2004 through 2009. Go look at Stillman. Go look at Talladega 2012 through 2017. Then look at Stillman 2018 through 2017 through 2019. And
Mm-hmm.
then I was at Bama State in 20. But look at them 21 through 23 and listen to the sound. Now, I want you to come here to Virginia Union University, and I just celebrated my work anniversary on August 19th because that's when I started last year. So I've only
Mm-hmm.
been here for 1 year and a year and a month or something, almost something like that. But the moral of the story is that it's the recipe. Everybody fries chicken, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the recipe
Hmm.
that makes your chicken special. Like you guys are talking about aura. Well, I correlate that word with swag and confident presence. And for me, that's my personality, because I
Mm-hmm.
know that the work that people don't see on camera. I've been in all of these band rooms. I'm friends with all your elite band directors. If you want to call band directors, we have what you call the elite programs, and we have a kindred love and respect for each other. But I know their formulas, so
Hmm.
I know the ingredients they ain't using.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
To get, and I'm just gonna show you the type of man I am. I want to say this: you're getting the product that you're getting from my band without hazing.
Wow.
Right.
I can look at
Yeah.
y'all and tell
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
what I'm saying to you
Hmm.
is real, recognized real. But what I'm telling you is that it's something very special going on the campus of Virginia Union at 1500 North Lombardi in that band room. Those sessions are they're highly emotional. They're very intense. Some of the colors that you see and hear come out of that band room, it'll make your body cold.
Hmm.
So to translate those same passions, those same colors, those same emotions to outdoors where people who don't practice with us are out there and that band not care,
Hmm.
it's huge for me. It let me know that they have tunnel vision. So
Yeah.
only thing that I know that I need right now is I need a few more band students, a little more time. I got to invent some new cuss words. It's actually in my notes to do that because the old ones are starting to wear off.
Right.
But and I'm going to continue to take this band places um, that they're not familiar and that people are not familiar with them because I'm actually out here looking for that work. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know,
Absolutely.
when I'm out here looking for, I want them to go up against everybody who say they're the one, you know, not just to overcome them or to smash on them, but to actually learn and to expose my students to all of these different nuances you must be ready for, to be able to observe the intricate details and other band programs that make them special, you
Mhm.
know, and to bring that back to the state of Virginia. I'm not here to redefine band in this area, but I am here to represent this institution and my students in a way that they could only dream of being represented, man. So my mission is really is simple. I'm really not. I've been building bands since I was
Mhm.
before I was old enough to drink. But I
Mhm.
will say that I'm here to build people and young musicians and their mentality and perspective on what band is, what band is not, and what band could be.
Definitely. So,
Absolutely, man.
how is the like? I know you said like the students have been responding well.
Hmm.
With the social media and stuff like that. How was the school? Like, how was the community? Because you said like this is a program that wasn't really on that, and I would hope that you would say, hey man, in order for us to move this band, like you said, into like the newer times, this is what we're going to have to do. Like, this is what's going to attract students from everywhere to come to Virginia Union. So
It's
how's the alumni, the school, how's they been reacting
Mhm.
to the band? Because as a band head, I'm excited for Virginia
Right.
Union. I just hope it's the same thing on campus.
And I would think
man.
that since they invited you, you have some leverage.
Right.
Um, yeah, you guys ask amazing questions. I will say that I will say this. I'll say it like this. How I was received initially does not mirror the way that I'm revered now.
Mhm.
When I first coming into it, it was a lot of territorial stuff going on. You could look at the band program. You don't see flags.
Hmm.
Uh, you don't see what they had. The shields. You don't see twirlers.
Mhm.
You don't see all. Man, listen. I've never been in such a. I was I was I was literally hated.
Mm.
Like I've never been treated like that in my life, man. Like period. Not to do band. I imagine that there are some people who want to form a lynch mob, brother, to come get
Mhm.
me. Some of the stories that I would hear, uh, band parents, band boosters, and it's like I'm just a man doing the job.
Right.
I didn't I have nothing to do with what happened in the past. Like
Mhm.
you know, I had to make some tough decisions and to let some people go, replace these people with those people and this and that. And it's like, man, I woke up one day and saw something on Facebook, or he didn't care about our kids and so on and so forth.
Mm.
Not understanding that some of these kids, man, couldn't even call home to those same parents and get $20, so they was getting it from me.
Mhm.
Not understanding that I had kids that had heart, but they could barely afford the tuition and scholarship.
Mhm.
You and I know.
Mm.
I just heard you say that you went to A&T and you marched for the love of it.
Mhm.
But we know that typically scholarships are performance based, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Man, I had kids, not trying to be disrespectful, that didn't know which end of the horn to play in, but they were great
Mhm.
kids. And I was making sure that their needs were met financially at the school. Man, I
Mhm.
get, and then I'm getting slammed because I'm new, but people tell me, hey, don't write the scholarship over this. But I'm looking like, but the kid needs it. They don't have anybody else they can call. They wouldn't call me if they could.
Mhm.
They didn't see that I got stuff going on. I still have a home in Alabama, right? But they don't see that I got mortgages and car notes and all this stuff at home, but I'm still standing in the gap for kids.
Mm.
So students, man, like taken away from me, like sacrificing like these kids came from me.
Mhm.
But people don't see that part. They don't see the part of me talking kids off the ledge because their mom or dad ain't talking to them, or their boyfriend broke up with them. Now they don't want to be here no more. That was me
Mhm.
going home with tears all on my clothes and snot and so on and so forth. But they didn't see that. They took a narrative or they took a rumor and they ran as far as they could with it, man. And had I not been a strong guy, brother, it'd have been enough to say, you know what, it ain't worth this, cause
Yeah.
I ain't never burned no bridges for nowhere that I've ever worked, bro. I can go back anywhere. Just like kids get. I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but like kids are recruited every year, so am I.
Mhm.
Every year, still. So but here we are. It's a new day. Um, Sometimes you have to walk. You have to walk through the fire to be exalted.
Mm,
So I had to endure that, man, in order for them to be able to see what was on the other side of these new this new regiment that he applies
Mhm.
to the learning, and how he fusses and how the kids work so hard and how they practice so hard and they do this so hard and so hard and so hard and so hard and so hard, and now they're starting to see the fruits of it.
Right.
And so now people are believing, just like I had some promoters, man, who saying that would love for Union to be here, but I don't know if they have a field presence. I mean, I'm the only
mm,
band in Virginia doing fluid step two drills.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about at no 96 tempo either. I'm talking
Right.
about driving tempo. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
mhm,
So my students are going from doing set drills and abstract shapes and so on and so forth to having to rely upon the actual music to know where to be, when to step off, when to stop,
Mhm.
when to whip turn, when to face the crowd, when to spread your legs for the power stance and everything.
Mhm.
They having to
mhm,
remember all this, but they having to do it at this tempo right here.
Right.
So my thing is brother, we're doing the impossible, and I think that the alumni they're seeing it because they're starting to travel. Like we have
Right.
several alumni show up to Birmingham this weekend,
mhm.
and man, it almost it touched me because that's a long drive,
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's yeah.
and it's like now we're giving them, even though it's different from what they participated in. A lot of people said, hey man, he's deviating from our traditions. But let's be honest, right? Let's think
Say
about
it.
this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say it.
The band has been restarted 3 or 4 times. First
Mhm.
band was introduced was the Virginia Union Marching Band, which appeared in, I think it was like in October. Uh, one of the first one that, during homecoming. It was the Virginia Union Marching Band. Then from there you had the Virginia Union Rising Stars. Then you had the Virginia Union Ocean of Soul. Then you
Mm.
had the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Soul.
Right.
And
Mhm.
then the one that you know now is the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound.
Sound right.
Okay.
None of those band directors were the same people.
Mhm.
Wow.
So one thing that I challenge all of us to learn the definitions of tradition versus nostalgia. Those are
Mhm.
not the same people, although they're related. They look alike.
Right.
Asian
People can
purposes.
tell, they can say this is tradition, but is it actually written? Where is it charted?
Mhm.
All right. So when you're talking about the most recent version, the Ambassadors of Sound, we see that. For me personally, I understand that the last director of bands, which I know her, was from Norfolk State University.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
problem for me is I saw too much similarity. This ain't Norfolk State Junior College.
Little brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It
This
got to be
this
something completely different.
this
Mhm.
has to be a program and a product that stands on its own.
Hmm.
But again, I understand. This is um the institution that she acquired her education from. So I understand her. Some of the similarities and so on and so forth. But what I'm saying to you, I've studied for myself, no matter my school affiliations. You know, just like
Mhm.
say for an example, I told you I went to all these other schools. My
Mm-hmm.
band don't sound like any of those schools. We sound like the union.
Right.
We're our
Mhm.
own brand, our own thing. And hopefully, when I'm gone from Virginia Union, that hopefully the sound will live on. But hopefully the next band director will come in and take that sound and usher it on and add their own little nuances and additives to, because your program has to be your program because you can only trust your research. And that's for all the young band directors and the band directors who aspire to be collegiate band directors. If you do not have anything to offer a university in terms of creativity, expanding that university's footprint through creativity and innovation, then you should stay in a safe place, which is more high school where there's not so much pressure, or middle school, because if not, if you don't have anything to offer those institutions or those students that pay upwards of $30,000 or $40,000 to attend, then you're asking for a favor versus offering a service.
Woo,
Mm-hmm. Goodness.
Manny. Woo.
This man,
Hold on,
this man could have recruited me with Jackson.
man. Woo, he could have got me, boy. Let me
Bro,
tell
he
you,
could have
man.
got it.
Woo. No, for this is no, but this is. I'm glad we have you up here because this is literally what we talk about. And I mean, and going back to what our topic too, I want to get your opinion on that too. Is like, how much do you think that the band, especially like we talk about Talladega, we didn't know. I didn't know where Talladega. I didn't know that Talladega existed until 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Being in Virginia, and he showing me Talladega's band because it's this new band out of wherever, and there was
Yeah.
so many people that flocked there because of that. So what do you have to say to as far as the HBCU band? It helps create the identity for the school, and I mean, and you've been a
Mhm.
part of that with so many with Dega and Stillman and Union
Mhm.
now.
Yeah. Well, I just think that you guys are spot on. It's because people judge the quality of an institution off of the entity that they're facing, whether it's football. Look at their uniform, man. They got new helmets on. That school must got some money. And then when you
Mhm.
get out there, you got an energy like Virginia Union. Like, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just drop me off at a band battle. I come out. I'm
Right.
gonna come out there, do my
Hmm.
thing. Then we're going home. The confidence, the swag, the grace, it really does you for 1,000,000% right when you said that those programs create perception of what the school is to be, or your scholastic experience at that school would be like. And I think that whoever sold the first college band to a university or a college, I think that had to be in their sales pitch to whoever their president was. Hey
Hmm.
man, if you let us go out there and you get us these uniforms, I promise you we'll come back with not just band students, but students abroad, students in droves. Just make us look good, and then
Yeah.
once we get them here, we'll figure out how to keep them here. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's factual. I
Hmm.
have a question because I've been picking up some little nuggets that you've been dropping. You said Mr.
Hmm.
Miguel Bonds is your cousin, and I
That's
hear
right,
you
sir.
speak. Are you from New Orleans?
I am.
Okay. How, and you talked about the various programs that you've been from. What is your foundation that you're able to take into these new areas and still create different products? You've created a Talladega from scratch, but that's
Hmm.
different from a Stillman from scratch, and then
Yeah.
this is different from a Virginia Union from scratch.
Hmm. Well, the funny thing is, man, just like music, um, different geographics have different vibes.
Hmm.
Like this band, people saying, okay, this ain't a Virginia band, but it literally is.
Hmm.
And I think that a lot of people only speak from the era of band that they was introduced versus from a historical view.
Hmm.
Like, think about this. And I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell the truth. Norfolk State University was literally uh, one of the first bands that I ever saw from Virginia. Like I knew of Hampton, but I didn't even know I didn't even know where it was located. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Right.
Hmm.
Because I had never been to Virginia before. Before I came here. You know,
Wow.
so I never seen Richmond. You know, I've heard of it. You know, I
Mhm.
did a little research about it. You know, and all the little cliche names of River City and all this stuff. I was intrigued by it, but I knew Norfolk State University. I knew um, not as much as Norfolk, but I knew Virginia State University. But I really started paying uh, close attention to Virginia State when um, Dr. Whitehead became director of band.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
he's a great guy, very
Yeah.
competitive guy. But anyway,
Mhm.
um, but let's talk about it. The band director of Norfolk State University was Dr. O'Neill Sanford, a
Mhm.
Right.
graduate of Southern University.
Right.
Now, if we're here to negate whether Southern University was a swag band or not, then I think that maybe we need to go get some type of mental meds because I mean Southern University is as swag as it gets, you know.
Mhm.
And when you listen to the way that they approach the instruments, it really wasn't much different. It's just that for me, I think with it was disguised in the way that they presented on the field. They didn't present like the typical swag band with the Bill
Mhm.
Moffitt drills, the step twos, the step ones, the step threes, so on and so forth. You know, they came with the more of I hate to use this word because it's almost like racism when people say, "Oh, the band is more MEAC." You
Mhm.
know, it's
Mhm.
more swaggy.
Uh-huh.
But you know, that's another subject. But they presented in a more East Coast type of MEAC type of genre. You
Mhm.
know, the way that they had you know, even this the way that they placed and arranged the auxiliary. Mostly, you know, swag bands, if you have flags, they're usually on the outskirts of the formations.
Right.
Hardly ever like in
Mhm.
middle of the stage is
Mhm.
what it's called. But you know, and I like the way that they had the Spartan guards. I mean, it was you can tell somebody dreamed about what their band was supposed to look like
Right.
aesthetically, what they were supposed to sound like musically, and their musical mentality, which is a different personality from how the band sometimes presents. It's
Mhm.
like they haven't seen Virginia Union in our new uniforms, and once you see the uniform, you'll see that the mentality, the way that they play, and the way that they look, and now it matches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Before Union had a uniform that kind of looked like not. It didn't look too much different from in my opinion, one of those Howard uniforms, you know,
Mhm.
that we always just talking about.
Yeah.
And that uniform to me is more of a costume than a uniform.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Especially when you look at the hat, you know, it's almost like something you would see a band at Disney World wear. You know,
Right.
Right.
even though it is, you know, in some ways aesthetically pleasing, it's just I don't really care for the Shaco, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, but everything else seems to be cool. Shout out to Chance Mills, by the way. But anyway,
Definitely.
uh, but yeah, man, that's hopefully I answered that question. It's just
You.
Virginia had its own vibe,
Mhm.
and before I actually started like writing music and how I was approaching the band, it was actually inspired by the vibe of Virginia. Virginia, Richmond had like a beautiful vibe, like in the summertime, you know, like
Mhm.
Alabama and Louisiana. Man, it's so hot that sometimes you
Right.
can't breathe.
Yeah.
Your
Mhm.
nose, your nose hair fall out. It be so dry,
Mhm.
you know. But when I came to Virginia, you feel like a little beach vibe. The people real nice for whatever reason. It was real laid back, you know. Just the regular little citizens and civilians of the area. It's like everybody was like on a real laid back vibe.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that really was the inspiration for the direction of the band. I just had to get the students to get on my vibe. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Right.
saying? And when that occurred, it's been a beautiful love story, man. You know, I enjoy those students, even the ones who gave me hell to begin with. You know,
Mhm.
you talking about the band in Stillman. Uh, that band was actually put there uh, it was put there to rival Talladega for me.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because my cousin always tried to little brother me, you know. Everybody like, man, PJ cold with the pen. Oh, he all right. He ain't all that. And I really got tired of hearing him say that, you know. So I
Mhm.
said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a band that's gonna beat this.
He went and got his own band, man.
Right, right.
That's
If you
how
really
you
talk
want
about
somebody.
get your own band, he really would have got his own.
Nah, he said we can go
Yeah.
band for band really. We're gonna band for band for sure.
In my first big battle, bro, shout out to Dr. Bonds, man. He done so much for my career. My first big battle, when Stillman went viral, was versus Talladega. Man, I had like 70 kids that year, bro. And Talladega had like 240.
Mm,
They had 30 of everything,
mhm.
including symbols. Bro, and we marched into the stadium and the announcer was joking on us. But then we got on the field and my student was fearless again. They handle business. And I've had my back against the wall professionally, personally, my personal life, just since I've been alive, and I've had to be that same type of fearless.
Mm,
So when you see my band, just understand, you see my face with those people. Man, they ain't come to play no participation trophy, man. Them people came to dominate, and that's how they look at themselves. They ain't gonna be your friend till after they smash you. So I
mhm,
don't want nobody out there to expect anything different. Like me
Yeah.
as a band director, I love all my band director colleagues, but understand, like Prince Akeem told him, I'll be forced to thrash you. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Mm.
But that's just my mentality. This is where I
Mhm,
come from. This is how it is. Mr. Barnes got out there. He ain't take it easy on me, so I had
right.
to change the subject. I said, I know they're gonna come here. The UFOs gonna play elemental P. Them notes
Mhm.
gonna be so high.
Yeah,
Z natural,
right.
Oh,
center
goodness.
pitch. But I know I got to come in and out musical. I had to change the subject, and people really respect it because like you saying about North Carolina. I mean, like you saying earlier about Hampton. Man, you got to sell that stuff, man. I almost said the S word, but you got to
Mhm,
sell it. It's got to be convincing if you're gonna play something that somebody else played, and that's why when y'all said, well, does the song stay at the last institution? Well, man, I got right out there at Stillman. I crunked Dirty Diana on Southern University. I wrote
mhm,
that at Mile,
Mm.
you know, but it was effective, you know. But it's just it's all about strategy and about your personal demeanor. Your band is typically going to reflect the personality of their band director. So if
Ooh,
your band director soft, that band gonna be soft. Your
mhm,
band director ain't cohesive as a person, then your band gonna be all over the place, lacking personality and identity. So when y'all look at some of these band programs and y'all see what they could be, well, that's because their band director is still in their potential stage. They
mhm.
have not arrived yet.
Right. Right. Let's read some of these comments, man. Ricky Mason says, "I'm glad it happened, man. Change was definitely needed for the band culture here in Virginia." He also says, "PJ makes it much easier for it to bring that style to a high school here." Yeah, I think that's something that you're gonna see as well. Like, you're going to see a lot of the schools around there from the graduates that come from Union or whatever as they go on to
Mhm.
be directors and things like that. It's like you can build a culture that it says our school is kind of modeled after Union, and I think that's
Yeah.
where is missing in Virginia. Um, man, you have any questions, man? Anymore?
And one thing I want to add on to him is I when people say that Virginia Union wasn't a Virginia band, I was like, y'all don't really know Virginia band. You looking at what's Virginia now with Norfolk State, Virginia State. You're
Yeah.
not listening to early 2000 Virginia bands and
Mhm.
the attack, the aggressiveness, the full force. Because when I heard Virginia Union, I'm like, this is what in Virginia we've heard on like a high school level, but
Hmm.
at a collegiate level, expanded with a lot of extra funk and aggressiveness to it.
Yeah.
But man, the funny thing is, another thing I want to say since I'm here on your show, and I appreciate you inviting me to the platform. Do you know a lot of people um, um, they attribute my our success to, oh, he got transfers in his band. First and
Mhm.
foremost, transfers are some of the hardest students to deal with
Mm.
because they already been pre-programmed and indoctrinated with another idea of what band is.
Mhm.
Typically, when a transfer comes to Virginia Union, it's for two reasons. One reason is that they follow me personally, right?
Mhm.
And when they started the band that they transferred from, I didn't have the capacity or the opportunity to be able to recruit them.
Mhm.
All right. The other thing is sometimes students go to a band program and they don't like their experience, and it was like, I know this guy, my band director knows him, or my uncle knows him. You got to think, I'm not old, but I've been doing this 22 years, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you got at least, what's that, like 5, 6 graduation classes, the people who know me.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a lot. So, but the thing is, the other advantage is that the people who are band directors now, I either grew up with them or they was in some shape, form, or fashion my students.
Mhm.
So I have a large audience that's current versus,
Mhm.
some of us, our audience is retired band directors. But we had a great freshman class this year. I've been traveling 96 students, even though we probably got a little over 130 in all. But if you don't make the drill, you don't travel. So so
Just thought about
this
that.
home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. This ain't
Yeah.
participation trophy. I
Mhm.
mean, oh, you get a trophy, you get a trophy, you get a trophy. No, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, you won't perform this week. If your grades ain't together, I personally looking at Canvas, and if I look
Okay.
at you missing these assignments and your grades tore up, you won't travel this week. When I got to Virginia Union, the overall band GPA was less than 1 point. The overall band GPA now is 2.9 across 130 kids.
Mm.
Man, I got more 3 point and 4.0s in that organization than probably in the history of any years of band. And I'm proud of that because that contributes to our retention because the students are seeing that, hey, this man ain't just investing in us with our instruments. He's trying to make sure we academically sound as well.
Right.
Every Monday
Mhm.
from 5 to 8 p.m. we have study session. Like everybody, it's
Mhm.
mandatory. I don't care if your assignments are completed. You have to be there to assist somebody else who don't have completed assignments. So I'm teaching my students how to teach each other.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So one day, because I want us to understand, you can look at a band like Jackson State, most definitely Florida A&M University. Those are student-led organizations.
Mhm.
Student-led organizations are the greatest organizations in the country, period, because they have better chemistry. They're more engaging to each other. They're aware of student level issues, you know. And if you ever want to have a big band until your organization becomes student led, you won't have the capacity because you can't have 30 staff members who can afford
Right.
that.
Mhm.
You have to be able to rely upon your crop to
Mhm.
be able to manage each other, to keep each other honest, to hold each other accountable. For somebody, the section leaders and the upperclassmen and so on and so forth, to echo the band director's standard and philosophy. Because I don't go home with them in the dorms
Mhm.
on their off time. They talk about the union. They talk
Yeah.
about this. They talk about what they want to see and what it's going to do. So when they see me on the next day, they got a lot of questions. Prof, can we do this? Can we do that? And it lets me know that you didn't have those questions yesterday, so y'all must have been talking about band last night
Mhm.
after practice.
Mhm.
Right.
So yeah, but when I got here and restarted the program or just transitioned the program, we had quite a few transfers. We probably had about 60.
Mhm.
Now we're down to maybe like 17. So everybody else that you see, they're freshmen. Most of the band is from two places.
Mhm.
That's from Virginia in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Mm.
great,
It's a
great.
beautiful mix too, man.
Yeah, it's a great
Um,
mix.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, my last question for you is
Mhm.
I mean, you've only been there for this. You said you've only been there for a year, and
Yeah.
just from a band here perspective, I'm like, man, this band is cooking. So, what is your goals for this program? I see you traveling. Like, is there something that you want to be in, or something that you want to and you want to see, or something like that? Like, what is success for Virginia Union? Let's say in like 2 to 3 years.
Uh, man, I have as you can see, like when I was at Stillman College, it only took me 3 semesters. That's my own personal time.
Mm,
So, for me, the spring for me would really be 3 semesters under my own, this coming
Mm-hmm.
spring. So 26, fall 26, um, I see the Union going to the Tournament of Roses parade, possibly. If not, we're gonna try Macy's. Uh, just for the sake of the recognition for the institution. Another thing, we'll be taking the jazz band to London
mm,
Amazing.
in January to record. I want to record in the same studio as the Beatles. We're going to debut our concert band this spring. Uh, we're actually moving toward, strengthening and development of our music ed program. So we want to offer music in a comprehensive way. Everybody don't like marching band. But as for the marching band, I can assure you, it'll be something you on the field. It'll be probably like 192 on the
mm,
field.
Okay.
Uh, for fall 26, looking for. I want the cream of the crop from Virginia. Um, and all the surrounding states. We got a great group of kids from North Carolina as well.
mm.
We'll be expanding our territory into South Carolina. Yeah, we're going to invade like cockroaches.
Mhm.
Uh, so German roaches to be exact, the ones you can't kill. So we'll be moving into South Carolina, Florida. Most definitely more students from Alabama, more students from Louisiana because we will be attending the Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans this year. Oh yeah, we're coming for that work, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Um,
this is how you get kids
Right,
to see the school, man. I mean, this
right,
is
come on now.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
yeah, we're coming for that work, man. So, and a couple of other places that I don't want people to get tender about it because but we'll be there knocking
Mm,
at the door. We got
Mhm,
to kind of cross some territory lines this year. But we're going to talk about size. We're going to continue want to have a consistent quality, man, for the union, also known as the ambassador of sound. And also, we just want the band that our institution has never had,
mhm,
and you know, um, and we want to make our alumnus and the students and the community that borders the Virginia Union proud. And we also want to tap into a couple more international students. Man, I have students from international students in the band as well. I have recruiting ties everywhere.
mm,
So we're doing our thing, man. We just want to. We also want to bring back the color guard. A lot of people, call it flags. Flags and color guard are not the same thing. You
mhm,
so,
Flags in front of per the perception of students. Students think if you flag, that means you twirl a flag on the field, you get in the stands, you dance like a dancer. That's not what it's.
hmm
That's not. That's not what we want. We want color guard. Color guard can be unisex. So I'm actually looking for male and female color guard
mhm.
members. But understand you will be wearing a band uniform. None of that.
two
Shimmery,
twos.
shimmery. Yeah, you got yeah, 2 2s on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Real stuff.
My, hey,
Man,
man.
this is completely inspiring. I'm loving what you're doing at Union, man. And this is coming from me. Because I
Trust
was
me.
curious myself. How do we support this organization, man?
Yeah.
How we
Well,
go about support this organization?
one thing you gotta do, man, you gotta follow our Instagram, which is Virginia Union uh, Marching Band on Instagram. Y'all like, subscribe. Most definitely share our content. We're looking to start a YouTube page, so people can really home in on our field presentation, and also, you know, um, just pray for us, man, and leave encouraging comments for our students,
Mhm.
because they're really trying hard. They've gone from, uh, which is my greatest achievement thus far. They've gone from being insecure about something new to being confident in a new space that they've never dwelled in before, man. That's the
Mhm.
part that, man, I'm just so thankful about that, man. But that's what we need. We just need encouragement. Keep saying good stuff about us. When we don't do well, please don't tell us we did well. Tell us, hey, man, y'all need to clean
Period.
this up. Y'all need to do that. Just be honest, other than, some of the people who not ready to see the other bands in Virginia be dethroned. Understand that that ain't an overnight task.
Mhm.
Right now there's a difference between hype and legacy.
Mm-hmm.
What you see centered around Virginia Union right now is a lot of hype. Now, the hype ain't never gonna quit.
Mhm.
That's when it becomes, that period of time is what creates a legacy.
Right.
Right.
So big respect to Norfolk State University and Virginia State University. And I need y'all to put y'all bands together in a mass band, so that y'all can at least win a round versus me.
Amen. Amen. It's coming, man. Man. Look, look, but this is gonna go, man.
I need
Uh,
them to join hands, big dog. That's the only
hmm
way. Cause if
that's
they
the only way,
coming,
bro.
either one of them bands coming hold it, And I saw Rick on here. He's one of the student directors at Hampton, and much love to Dr. Thomas Jones. I got a lot of
Mhm.
love and respect for that dude. But man, let me tell you something. Me and my ham, we came and we dined.
Yeah,
you
yeah. We're gonna
know.
dominate.
Oh yeah, brother. I'm not. We've been doing this too long to be out here talking about competition, bro.
Right.
It's a takeover, brother.
Whew. Hey, man.
Y'all heard it.
You heard it, Deb. Hey, man. Well, look, Manny. I mean, a great band mind from all
Absolutely.
over the country came to the Union, took it over, got ready to cut the woodwinds in half, got rid of the twirlers, and this guy, man, I'm telling you, this guy's killing it. And man, we really appreciate you, man.
Man,
Great
bless
conversation,
y'all.
great interview. I'm glad you came on and because like you said, like we didn't know all these things were taking place. We just see the
Yeah,
product and we're like, hey, Union's
Mm-hmm.
up right now. But
yeah,
you really gave us a good story about like the background and what
yeah,
it takes, the mindset shift that you have to
Right.
yeah,
go through. So yeah, we really appreciate you.
Mhm.
yeah.
You
I want
have
to
made
leave
it
y'all
look
with
easy on the outside.
man. I want to leave y'all with a message, man, that I tell my students. It's simple as that. Man, transformation is very uncomfortable. And
Mm,
even though I'm as advanced at life as I like to think that I am, I had to transform to be relevant here. They don't care about what I did at Stillman or Alabama State. They ain't been in those bands.
mm,
They only care about what's in front of them and the experiences and the goosebumps. Your goosebumps ain't gonna make me emotional. You got me?
mhm.
It's the goosebumps, the moments, the emotions that I felt in that band room. Those are ones that I'm gonna take with me forever, not the ones that you created in the other band.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Right.
respect them. So me, I had to. I won't say I'm not ever humble because I don't believe in that. But I
Mm,
had to reserve myself. I had to dial down a bit in order to be able to see them, in order to be able to trust them, in order for them to be able to trust me, so that we can communicate and make what it is that you see. And I'm just letting you know that the momentum that's happening right now in the band room, I know somebody wish that they could stop it, because in the second, by next semester, it's going to be
it's
too
gonna take
overwhelming.
away. It's gonna take
It's going
us.
to be too. it's gonna be too overwhelming for the school itself.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
I like this guy. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, man. This is our type of guest right here. He talks our
Hey, man,
language.
come on, right?
Hey, man,
Let us know we're not band
perfect.
crazy, man.
This had to perfectly get matched up. Dr. Howard, we thank you so much,
Man,
man.
bless
You know,
y'all,
we
man.
know you got so much to do. We're gonna come check you out there in Richmond, man.
Please, brother.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You can always come back too, man. We appreciate you. We'll definitely see you soon.
All right, man. Y'all be blessed and thank y'all for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Peace.
All right, guys. Well, that closes up our show. I mean, what a great
Yeah.
show. What a
What
great show. That was,
I hope y'all was listening.
man.
Hope y'all was
Oh,
listening.
my, bro. Everything that we say, he just said it. And we talk about how to battles and everything. This guy has it, man. Shout out to Dr. Howard, man. That was a great episode, guys. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow the brand. You follow me on all social media at Horatio Radio.
You can follow me at V for Vidal on Instagram.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow the brand. It's a FaceOff. We'll be right. Peace.
Peace.